guest is a special person for me. They call her the Austrian Ariana Grande. She has Eurovision experience even before she represented Austria for Eurovision last year. She is a choreographer, dancer and singer and successful manager in her production company Wi-Fi Records. Ladies and gentlemen, KALEEN the Queen. So, welcome darling, how are you? First question.
You. I'm very, very good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How is KALEEN feeling today after everything? Your new single, Knocking on the Heaven's Door, is a phenomenal and totally continue the pop dance rhythm after We Will Rave.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it feels so much longer ago than a year ago, the whole Eurovision and We Will Rave part. But also like yesterday, especially now getting back into the Eurovision rush. It's very, very interesting to observe it now for me with a little bit of distance and different eyes in a way. And also, of course, it's very exciting that I can finally release my new songs and step into the new era. That's not Eurovision anymore, but still connected to it somehow. So it's very interesting.
We are singing in the last days. We are knocking on heaven's door. It's a very, very cool song. There are no lyrics. Yeah, we are dancing and listening, and we are streaming your song every day.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Really.
Because we are like waiting for your new songs. Okay, I have to tell you that you have a lot of Croatian fans who are cheering you on this time. And I have to tell you that not only in our opinion, but also in the opinion of audience around the world, you deserved to be in top 10 last year because We Will Rave is one of the big hits of Eurovision that will be listening to for a very long time. And they asked me to ask you if you will come back to Eurovision stage one day. Like a performer, like a Loreen maybe.
Oh, yeah, you mean with We Will Rave or like with another song? For a second time around. Well, thank you, first of all, again. I think it's an honor if people say that the song will hopefully rise into the Olympics of the Eurovision anthems.
Yes.
I think that's worth so much more than any placement because it's about the feeling, and that proves that the feeling and the emotions were right or at the right spot at the time. I think regarding coming back to Eurovision, maybe. I think especially in an artist's life, you can never say never because if it fits, if the song is right. I mean, I think Sweden this year as well. We have some contestants coming back. Yeah. So I think it's just the energy. Eurovision energy is just one of a kind, and so everyone gets addicted to that.
Yeah, when you try once, you want more.
Exactly. So maybe in the future,
Yes, let's wait and see. Considering that you come from a musical and talented family, how much influence do you have from your grandmother and from your uncle in your career?
Musically, I don't know if there's much influence. I think knowledge-wise, there is a lot of influence because I remember I was in my dad's recording studio when I was little, and I learned how to record myself, how to use all of the things and the tools, and I think that influenced me. It took a while because I was prioritizing dancing for a long time in my life as well, and then it took a little time to find its way back, to make me a songwriter, a producer as well. At least I'm trying. It's really, really interesting how your parents and your childhood influences you when you think you grew out of that. It's very interesting. So I think they definitely I owe some credit to them.
That's nice. We see that you're doing a great job, and the influence was very, very good and right in your family, definitely. So tell me, are you still glad that everything turned out the way it did from 23 to 24? I mean that you were destined to represent Austria last year and not the year before.
I think so, yes. I think the universe always has its way of telling us when it's the right time and the right place. And of course, I was really, really sad when I was not chosen the year before. But Tay and Selena were great. anyways,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we would have missed that, and nobody
Yeah.
wants to miss that.
Yes.
So that's perfect. And I did not have We Will Rave back then, so it would have been a
Yeah.
different song, and I think We Will Rave just had to be at Eurovision.
Yeah.
So I know, I think it all made sense, and I would not change a thing. Also last year, the way it all went down, and I just talked to someone last night about it. They asked me, was it exhausting? Was it stressful? Were you nervous? And honestly, I remember it so well that I was not nervous. I was happy. I was excited. There was no day where I was like, oh, can this be over now? Like, I want to sleep. I wanted it to continue for even longer than it did. And so I would not change a thing, honestly.
Oh, nice, nice. That's very, very, very nice thing to say. And then I have a question. Your album, Stripping Feelings, is phenomenal.
Thank
In
you.
my opinion, any of the songs from that album will do phenomenally well at Eurovision
Oh.
as well.
Thank you.
What do your fans say? Do they expect a sequel to We Will Rave from you, or something in the style of your first album, maybe?
I think because I was releasing music for a very long time before Eurovision, or a very long time, at least 2 to 3 years, and I think a lot of people don't know about that, about those songs and about that music. They all got to know me through Eurovision, through We Will Rave, and I think there's still a big audience out there who doesn't know me yet. So I think it's more connected to We Will Rave than to Stripping Feelings. But Stripping Feelings, it feels like a baby, and We Will Rave is like a small kid, and now we evolve, so we see where we get to. But already Knockin' on Heaven's Door and the other songs that are on the EP, I mean, they're all done. They're all already on my computer up there. So I cannot wait to share those. I think they will definitely connect more to We Will Rave than to Stripping Feelings, and in the end we will get a mix of everything, which will be me.
Yeah, definitely. And your cover of Sonic's song is so good.
Oh,
It's
thank you.
Phenomenal, phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
So, considering that we in Croatia are leading a support group for our baby lasagna, and for us, second place on Eurovision is like a victory, because we was first according to the audience votes. What do you have to say to baby lasagna, and what is your opinion?
Congratulations, first
Thank
of all.
you.
I think second place is like a first place. Because you don't have to lose, which is very expensive. So
Yeah, that's true.
exactly, that's amazing, and I think the audience, always has a very big say, generally. And unfortunately, I did not get to talk to him a lot during last Eurovision, but I think also because it was a very different Eurovision from the Eurovisions we've known from before. It was very secluded, very, of course, focused on security, on safety, which was the only and also best option for that year. So I'm very interested in seeing how it will be this year. But I would have loved to talk to him a little bit more, because I did not really get to know him, unfortunately. But I think his number, his song, and the energy he brought to the stage, it was amazing. So I would have loved to be in the audience when he performed his song, and I also saw how he was welcomed back in Croatia when he came home.
Saw that.
Yeah, amazing, really.
It was very good.
Yeah, really, really cool.
And we have Rim Tim Tagi Dim, you have Ramdi Damdi Dam.
It's
very
they're
similar.
sisters or brothers or siblings.
So that was so cool. Given you your many years of experience working on Eurovision itself, what is your experience like now? Which performance or countries have you enjoyed collaborating with the most?
Tough question. I think from the energy that I got out of Spain, for example, I worked with them twice at Junior Eurovision, with Levi and, gosh, now I forgot the second act's name. I'm sorry. I will remember in a second.
You was, Junior and all big Eurovision also you have experience. So with all these countries you have
exactly.
Nice connections.
Exactly. I have, at Armenia, for example, I was there for a long time.
Belgium, I think. No, Belgium. No.
Bulgaria. Exactly,
yes.
Bulgaria, and also from working with different countries and being in the bubble, not only last year but the years before, you get to know kind of everybody a little, and that's so nice, because then it all feels like family, like an old school class getting back together, a reunion. So also what's interesting is that every single country has its own energy.
Yeah.
And just from what I experienced the most, because maybe I worked with Spain the most, is their energy with Eurovision. They have such a huge community and they're so passionate about it. So that's definitely a really special thing. But then also Sweden has a big Eurovision community, maybe even bigger than Spain.
Of course.
So you cannot really compare. I think it's just nice that everyone comes together, and the United by Music thing is not only a thing, it is real.
So that's the point. Yeah, United by Music. Yes.
Exactly.
So you will definitely accept the invitation if somebody invites you to do a choreography for some country in the future, or now, or this season maybe. Or
Yes,
next
I mean,
season.
I'm always happy to help. Yeah, it's always nice working with Eurovision, because at Eurovision you only have the people who are really passionate about what they do, and I think that's the most important thing. And of course, so am I. If I can help someone, maybe just explain how it is at Eurovision, how is the backstage thing, how does the stage work, how does everything come together. I think if you are an artist and you go to Eurovision, it's really, really important to at least have heard a little about that process once, because I think it helped me a lot, not being overwhelmed by this whole Eurovision ocean that you're drowned in. Yeah, so I'm happy for anyone who contacts me. I will help them if I have time, of course, because yeah, I think it's a really, really nice thing to do.
And do you remember how was here in Vienna 2015 when you host the Eurovision? Do you remember those times where you've been in that?
Actually,
there?
Eurovision was not that big in my life then.
Oh yeah,
it was
10 years ago.
It was 10 years ago, and I was more focused on dancing. So I remember when Eurovision was here, I wasn't even in Austria. I was in Croatia.
Oh my God!
Yes,
in Croatia.
Yes,
nice.
I was in
Cool.
Rijeka.
Rijeka, I lived there.
Oh,
yes,
see?
6 years in Rijeka. It's beautiful country.
Yeah. I was there for a competition, a dancing competition, and I didn't even watch Eurovision on television that night because we had a party or a ceremony or something. So I got into Eurovision a little bit later,
2017 or 18.
Exactly.
Few years later, yeah.
Yeah.
And now you are stuck into it, and you can't get out,
Exactly.
and you don't want to get out.
Everyone who once dips their feet into Eurovision, they can never live without it anymore.
That's so much adrenaline in your body, and in your happiness is
exactly. Love and
overwhelmed.
happiness.
Yeah. And finally, the Dora Festival is coming up.
Yes.
We will choose the representative of Croatia of the Eurovision Song Contest. What would you say to him? What advice would you give him, considering your experience, to our representative this year?
Well, I would advise him or her or them to be to remind themselves why they're here. That it's not like the biggest television show in the world. It is, but we forget that for a moment. Just to be on a stage, and it's just a stage. It's nothing special. I always think the trees outside of the arena, or the stones, or probably some people. They don't watch Eurovision. The trees don't care about Eurovision. The rocks don't care about Eurovision. So it's just another day where you get to do what you love, hopefully. You are on that stage, you can sing, you can perform, you can party, and that's it. The world doesn't stop after that, it continues. It's just one chapter, and hopefully you enjoy it the most. That's the most important thing. Forget about everything that you don't like, the press, the pressure, the odds, the everything. Just do what you love. I think that's the most important thing. Focus on that, stay in the bubble. Don't get overwhelmed, because it is huge, but it's actually not that big.
Great advice. Thank you so much, because I watched last year your interviews, and we was watching you all the time from your beginning.
Thank you.
And you was very calm and confidence. You was like very cool with that. And that was very good for your physical, for your mentally.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. Exactly, the mental point of
Yeah.
it. People forget about that. They just focus on, okay, but the voice has to work, the body has to work, I have to be awake and not tired and energy. But I think the mentality is more than 50% of the whole thing.
Nice,
because
yeah.
if you get out of the competition and you feel like, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done this better, and you just focus on the mistakes that are no mistakes, that are just some things that you put on yourself, they don't give you anything. You should go home or to bed that day and feel like, wow, this was amazing, I'm so proud of myself because I did the best that I could do today.
Yes, that's important at the end of the day.
Yeah,
the most important.
Exactly, yeah.
So thank you, Kaleen. We are now in the end of our interview, and for the end, I have a little quiz for you. It's like blitz questions for you. I will read to you some Eurovision names, and you must pick one person. I know it's very difficult.
Okay.
And for some artists, if you don't know, I will say to you who are they if you don't know. So you must choose Johnny Logan or ABBA.
Wow, I make this way too complicated now. I love love songs, so I will go for Johnny Logan.
Johnny Logan, okay. So we have Celine Dion or Riva.
Celine Dion. I don't even need to know.
Okay, of course.
I'm sorry. It's my favorite Eurovision song of all time.
Of course. Toto Cotugno or Katrina and the Whales.
I think I don't know Toto Cotugno. What's his name?
He was born in Croatia, 1990 when it was in Zagreb Eurovision. Insieme, night tonight, Europe.
Okay.
But Katrina, you know.
Yeah, Katrina, I know.
Okay, yeah.
But the Insieme is also Eurovision anthem, so I think I pick him.
Toto Cotugno.
Yes.
Okay, va bene. Okay, this is very hard. Okay, Dana International or Conchita?
I think maybe I have to say Conchita.
Yeah, because he is from here.
Yes.
He made proud of your whole nation, of course.
Exactly.
And now, Helena Paparizou or Ruslana?
I think Helena.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then we have Lordi or Maria Šerifović. She won for Serbia 2007 after Lordi.
Which song was
with
it?
Molitva, with that.
I think I don't know.
Molitva, kao žar mojim usnama je. It was like a ballad.
Okay.
2007.
Well, if it was a ballad, maybe she's more my style than Lordi.
Than Lordi. Okay. Alexander Rybak or Lena?
Both very special.
Yes.
Both very special, but I think because of the whole performance and the way it also grew among the years, I think it will be Alexander.
Okay. Two more, just Loreen or Måneskin?
Loreen for me.
Loreen, the queen, of course. And the last one is one winner and two are second places. So you choose Nemo, Karja or Baby Lasagna?
Baby Lasagna.
Baby Lasagna. Okay. Vielen Dank. Thank you very much for your interview. You are a very kind and beautiful person, and I'm so glad that I met you finally.
Thank you. I'm very happy too.
Thank you. Okay. Ciao.
Bye.